Okay, I think we're right. More than that, yeah.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm God, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start the waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they were coastline. Artificially, they let it away. I'm the future, fast and breathing out the fine line. Yeah, I'm a missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just flow. I don't need gravity, I just need flow. Missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just flow. I don't need gravity, I just need flow. When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm God, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start the waves. I've been dreaming about flying for.
Testing. I just realized I got copyrighted music on the stream. YouTube's gonna tell me off for it. We got audio. Just put this on. Oh. Hopefully audio's working fine and then we can jump in. Pretty chill and quiet, I think. What I might do is go live on Twitch at the same time. Make sure I can see both Twitch chat and normal chat. The amount of stuff that's on Twitch is crazy. Okay. So, what I'm doing at the minute is trying to smooth out the climbing on the actor's components which move up and down. That's pretty much how I'm doing it. Should be okay. Needs to be added on tech. I want to clear this up. Ideally, I'd like to delete this whole section and just have this part here. But it's not really doing it. So, what's a good way? I was lerping it, so I was using this down here to smooth it out. Because if I can smooth it out here, then I don't really need to worry about it. I can have two different sections of code. Handle it. Mainly this that's causing the update. So these sections here, when we're on a moving platform, we need to get the hand mesh location, and then we can update it based on what's going on. Don't know the math to get this to work. Keep trying to reinvent the wheel by doing the same thing over and over again. It's not working. So I won't even do this one because it's not smooth. Load location because it impact points sweeps the surface. Glittering. Okay, as soon as I start a live stream, I've got somebody coming around in 10 minutes. So as soon as I get here, I'll pop down. I'll sort what I need to get sorted out, done, and then we'll go from there. Yaroslav, hi, can you suggest an implementation of one feature in a VR project? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. An implementation of one feature in a VR project. Yeah, it's a bit of a broad question. You might have to explain it a little bit more detail for what you're actually after from me, and then I can try and help. No. No, missed it. I think a lot smoother. See if we can get this to work. If I can make this logic work here, I can put it in the top one and then hopefully smooth it all out. I'm going to turn off hand tracking while I'm in here. Okay, back up. Link the device to access files. Yeah. Make sure your headset's connected to the PC. We're connected. And it's not showing up anywhere. Okay, let's restart the headset. Restart that headset. I'm going to plug my cable into a power supply. You're muted. I shouldn't be. OBS says that I have volume. Can you hear me? Pretty sure it should be working. Yeah, checking through Twitch, it's working fine. Sure, I can hear you. Cool. I thought I really broke something there. Yeah, cool. Yaroslav, I was saying to your first comment that I'm not entirely sure what you mean by it. Can you suggest an implementation of one feature in a VR project? I don't really know what you mean by that. Cool. Let's see if our headset is connected and then we can try it out. There we go. Is that it? Cool. So what's planned for today? Is it the climbing game you want to try out? So right now, I redesigned. So the new update is out. This build is up on the Epic Games Marketplace, so through Fab. And what happened was I released it, and this one has broke. So the climbing, moving objects. So the idea is to get this sorted, which I basically have. What I'm doing right now is trying to play around to see if I can get it to smooth out the motion. So if we're climbing a non-moving actor, it's really smooth. There's no popping anymore. So it's all really solid. And then the problem is when you climb a movable object, when you switch hands, there's a little bit of a snap. So it moves the player character's body in relation to what it's attached to, or the hand's attached to. So right now, I'm just kind of trying to go through this to see if we can smooth that out a little bit. And then see if we can work it from there. So the idea is to smooth that out. Once I'm in, I'll be able to show you what I mean. But once I get this done, it's pretty much sorted for the whole template. It's like really solid now. Double check which one I'm using, go through. Yeah, so I've got single climbing. So if I jump in, screams something like it. Then when I grab an actor, there's no popping. We're not moving around here anymore when I grab. However, when I grab this one, you can see that it moves the player around. But what I've done is I've done a V-interp 2 to try and smooth it out. So when we grab, it moves the player over time. The problem is it's now all stuttery. Whereas if I remove it, what we get back up. You can see it's a lot smoother for the movement and it works great. But when I change hands, we kind of move side to side and in line with the object itself. So that was what I was just trying to play around with to see if we could maybe get this to stop doing the popping. But because the body's moving, I'm not really sure of the way we can do it. Then, yeah. Alright guys, I'll be back in just a minute. I've got to go sort something out. Be right back. Cool. I am back. Sorry about that. Basically, we've got a flat inspection on Thursday, it's tomorrow, and then a family member's doing a tip run, so we took advantage of it so we could load up the car and get rid of a bunch of rubbish. So I missed Yaroslav. Sorry, I'm gonna sound in English, but very hard to text. Okay, that's no worries. My task is to make it so the character can move around the plane, and if necessary, get into a car and be fixed there. That is, we're moving around the room via phone is static. If you walk around the room at this time, will it be static? So this is the GDXR template. So if you go onto fab.com, let me load it up. Let me sign in. There we go. Okay, I'm previewing the listing so it looks a bit wrong. But this is what we're working on right now. So the GDXR template can be downloaded from Fab, and then it contains everything that you see. It contains a full locomotion system with different implementations of movement. So I can go to the menu and then settings, and then we can change from different types of movement. But we can move around, walk around, and everything else. For cars and vehicles, you can have a car in here. You could select the door handle, so when you grab it, you then possess the vehicle, and then you kind of just go with it. So you wouldn't have to worry about that, and then it would do it all for you. But we've also got a bunch of extra stuff in here. So we've got all the climbing, we've got door handles, which we can then open. And then a bunch of different examples and interactables and all that kind of fun stuff, which we've been working on. And the weapons. So if I go into here, I've got all weapon system now, which we can use. And then load guns, rack guns, bullets, weapons, particle effects, line tracers, can even do damage, if I can actually hit them. We've got all that system. We've got two-handed weapons, so I can rack shotguns and then do everything else we need. We've got grenades, which I can hit the top of, which should blow up. There we go. Trigger ones. We can use these and do what we need to do. But yeah, so the idea is that you can use this to build whatever you want. We've got built-in crouching, so you can go up to here and then crouch into the tunnel, and then you can make your way through, have your guns and everything else that you need set up. Grab systems and all that kind of stuff, fun stuff. But now, at the minute, we're just working on the climbing to get that to work a little bit nicer, specifically with this one here, which is what I'm trying to work on at the minute. But honestly, I'm actually quite happy with this. I might leave it as it is. Problem is just the flicking. It's just moving the camera, or the body. Seems to be moving it further away, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that's a decent enough explanation. Yeah, so the project where I don't have opportunity to buy it yet, so I'm looking for ways to solve the problem I was given by searching for information on the internet. Everything that's built into this template is done through blueprints. So we've got a bunch of different event graphs that control everything from teleportation to rotation, and then shift movement, climbing, hand snapping. But it's quite complex. You're gonna have to come up with something on your end. I do have videos on the channel for doing smooth locomotion, so the walking around system. But everything else you're probably gonna have to do custom. See what happens if I do this. No. That doesn't really make much difference. I need a way to add this, the hand, to here. And then it would probably just work. But when trying to add the hand to it, it's just not doing it. Edison, what happens if you let go and grab? You just grab with the other hand. I'm not too sure what you mean. So here we're using the motion controller to determine the movement position, which works fine. But this one we're using the hand. So I wonder if we could offset the motion controller and the hand. Do it, but then it shoots off in a different direction, which isn't great. When I'm doing a stream, the resolution drops a lot when I'm in the headset, so it makes it more difficult to see. Do something like this. Will it offset the point if you let go and grab in midair? Yeah, should do. Can't see very well. There we can do it and then we're not following the hand. The hand attaches to the cube, which is great, but we don't get the movement. Oh, what if we attach the hand but we don't use the hand? We get climbing hit component here. What if we use this? Get relative location and then possibly add. Something along them lines. Can't move it. Might be a way I can do this. Components, location. World location. Yep. Gonna be too far offset. I'm gonna need the hand. The hand moves. The skeletal mesh on the hand moves fine. I feel like there must be a way to use the hit component's world location if it's moving, and then offset, but I don't know if that's going to work. Like I say in almost every live stream, I hate dealing with the math. You're horribly wrong. Yeah. Basically, one's using the motion controller and the other one's using the hands. We can't attach the motion controller to it. It's not going to work. Or can we? Oh, work. Network location, left hand. I think I'm just overcomplicating it. It's difficult to see gauge depth when I don't have a headset on. Six. Screw it. I think that would be fine. Can't think of any other way to do it. And it's not exactly hard to look at. Feels a little bit unnatural. But the only way I can think of doing it is lerping the character between different points and then going from there. But it just doesn't seem to be doing it that way. Lerp the character. with the left hand? Why would the left hand be broken? Broke the left hand, that's why. That explains why it's not working properly. Scream is affecting the headset so much. Oops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try this and then we're going to have a look at it. Rob, what style of game do you have in mind that you want to make? I know it's cheesy, but sci-fi. I love the idea of doing like a sci-fi build. I think it'd be really cool. It'd be single player, narrative, and then do it as sci-fi. Think of Halo ODST, maybe meets like Robo Recall, that kind of thing. which I think would be really cool. You know, why is it cheesy? I think sci-fi's too. I think it's quite easy. I think doing sci-fi, especially for VR these days, is easy. You can get away with a lot. But I'm not one for multiplayer VR games, so the idea of doing a single-player game, to me, is way more appealing. So I think that's probably what I do. Sci-fi is awesome. Yeah, I think sci-fi is really cool. So the three games that I absolutely love playing is, or more like the games to take inspiration from, is a combination between Halo ODST, Alien Isolation, and then maybe like Robo Recall, that kind of thing. Like game starts and you're fired at a planet, and your job is to basically figure out what's gone wrong using the data available to you, ODST style, with the options where it goes back in time, so it kind of shows you what you've done or what's going on, and then have like an overall storyline. But yeah, doing a sci-fi game and it was not cheesy. Alright, cheesy is probably the wrong word. Cheesy is probably the wrong word, but I think at the minute Oculus is just dominated by sci-fi games, or in that area. Like what have we got? That's more like sci-fi-esque, like Into the Radius, that kind of thing. Speaking of multiplayer, I saw one of your streams about a month ago, so you were messing about with it. Any thoughts about picking up where you left off? Yes, I'd like to do some redesigns of the template to see if we can make it possible to add multiplayer to this. Like, that would be the end goal, I think, of this whole template, is to have multiplayer in it. That would be the next level end goal. But I think right now, where it's at is pretty damn solid for people to be able to go in there and add it themselves and do it that way. But yeah, I love the art design of like Lone Echo. No, you can't get it anymore. Something to this level of quality is what I'd like to achieve. I think it's really cool. Like something that looks like this, narrative driven and not multiplayer. Because this turned into the disc game, wasn't it? I've not actually played this one. I didn't realize it was. I thought Lone Echo turned into the disc throwing multiplayer game. Lone Echo was amazing, still holds up. Yeah. I saw gameplay footage for it. Like, right now, the idea with the climbing is when they grab stuff, like, we've got that down. Basically, this GDXR template has been a 3-year development just for me to be able to build what I want to build. That's pretty much where it's at. Like, I could do a devlog video where the title is "This devlog took 3 years to build." It's just a breakdown of everything in the template. I'd like to do a hand system. So like when I grab stuff, the hand actually snaps to the surface. Like that. But that's what I'm not entirely sure how to get. It's the hand movement to an object. Which is where I was trying to do on the last stream, I believe it was, try to do a sphere trace. Or use the socket of the hand, it's like the palm of the hand, to do it and then go from there. Like that, it snaps to the surface. I think it'd be really cool. I'm not worried about fingers. If I can just get the palm of the hand when climbing to attach to something, then it should look pretty good. Get the hand skeletal mesh, you know. What if I could leave that there? We've got this character. Because we do this, if the surface type is climbable, then we go through and we set the information we need on the climbing surface. We do also have full climbable. Place this. I'm no longer doing just the object type. I have no idea this is going to break anything. Just to ignore, that should be fine. Let's see what happens if I do this. How will I plug it in? Now I can't grab anything. So I can grab door handles, which means I can grab the interactables. Works fine, okay. The climbing's not doing it. What's going on with this board? I'm not getting a surface hit. I don't know why I'm changing that. I shouldn't need to, you know. I'm trying to do something that's just completely unnecessary. I'm climb position, that's what I'm sending it to, yes. And 125, impact normal. Impact point, impact normal. It goes into there. And when I'm climbing, character controller, I have this one. What I could do is I can set impact mark in hand. That world location. That. Broke it. I'm completely broke it. I didn't plug in radius. Doing it moves the root of the hand. That's the problem. Get socket location. I set the socket. If anybody in here is good with math, this is where I could really do with some help. The right hand has a socket on here, which is called socket climbing, or at least it was. What I could do actually is use this one, which is on both of them. Grab location. Basically, I want to offset this, so this socket is offset by relative location. So I kind of want to get the relative location. Get relative location of the socket. It's like socket's relative location. Let's see. Location. How to get the relative location of the socket? Get socket transform node. Get socket transform. What did I say? I was too impatient. Favorite bone space. Do that. This. And then I want to basically subtract it from here, I think. So we offset it. And then we go from there. Going the opposite way. There's got to be a way I can offset it. Oh my god, the stream kills the loading. It's normal. So curious, are you trying to make it a dynamic snap so you can have different placements, but keep it somewhat realistic? If not, why not have my eyes? Why not have just one set hard snap location? We can have both. So the idea is to have a dynamic one. So let's say on this wall, I change this to world climbable. So world climbable, and we give it the physics material climbable. The idea is that we can go up to it and we can grab the wall itself, and then the hand will automatically rotate and kind of snap to it, so it'll attach to the wall like that, and it should look a lot more realistic. But the idea is when I do this, you can see that's not like attaching it. That's what I'm trying to do. Is do it so the hand kind of puts its palm on the wall using the normal direction of it. If that makes sense. And then on other actors, so in the end, these grab spheres, we could have a system that has a specific animation or location set for those. But I was just using those as the example. I feel like the impact normal should be doing it, but I'm not too sure whether I'm doing it correctly. Although I just realized I'm doing the location, I'm not doing the rotation. If I do impact point, let's see what happens. That's actually working really well. It's the rotation. So we need to use we need to set up the rotation now. And I'm not too sure whether I can get the impact normal, get the forward vector from it. forward vector of impact normal. My forward vector. Let's have a look. We just do this. Like, I want to get the forward vector. Rotation from X vector. I could try that. I have no idea what's going to happen here. It's really annoying that the stream's affecting the startup speed. Doing it. Only doing it from there. I'm going to kind of do it manually. You might have to give me a minute to do some trial and error on this. There you go. So you can see that it's now doing it, but it's only going to do it on normal. So we need to take into account the face direction. And the idea is to use the rotation as well from the hand. I need to do a combination of both. Impact normal. I don't know how to get the impact normals forward direction. I feel like if we can get that, we can do quite a bit. We just try this. Get actor location. Hit location. I'm gonna have to make this a little bit more complex, aren't I? Impact normal from your hit result and pass it as a forward vector, or make rotation from axis node. Leave the other two vectors at 0. Apply the resulting rotation to whichever actor you want to match the surface of your hit object. Might be because I'm adding to it. Oh, is it? That might help to make things a little bit less confusing. Oh. Okay. Can we get the motion controller component? Get world rotation. Can we combine these? So we get the current rotation. I have no idea what's going to happen here. Jail, how's it going? Not too bad. Not too bad. Dealing with a slow frame rate for some reason. How would you like it? Relative rotation. Plug it into there. Not being on is still being wonky. Yeah, we redesigned some stuff, so this is new logic. But it's just for surfaces. I'm trying to get it so if I was to grab a surface like so, it would rotate the hand kind of that way, but then keep the rotation so it's not like if I grabbed it this way, it would snap there. And if I did it that way, it would snap like that or up. But then how we can get it to do that. I need to break the rotation, don't I? Which one do I need to set? Which way is it? It's gonna be what happens here? Because I'm not too sure what axes I'm working with. Full rotation. Ah, that's why it's so difficult. It's the hand in the wall. I might have to adjust that. Leave this like this right now. That's why as soon as I get to there, I can't move that back. Maybe to the root bone might be a better option. There we go. That's way better. Pretty much fixed everything. It obviously does the forward, so we kind of put our hands into it. But overall, that's not too bad. has to be something in here that I can use. Oh, I'm breaking it, that's why. Do that. I want to do like combine rotators and then combine this. Like use the normal to add this in or something. I'm just making stuff up now. Bug. We need to fix that so we can't teleport through walls. Why is that not colliding with the wall? It shouldn't be able to do that. Wall's colliding with it, but this one's not. What's the difference between that wall and this one? Because it's climbable. I'm not quite sure about that one. It works on these because they're static. Collision presets default, which means they're static. But for some reason, on here, it's not doing it. Visibility channel. Why does that not give us a physics material? Because this is not set to static. If this is the case, it's going to be easy to just do. Come on. Might as well just keep it more climbable. Josh, do you know much about sequencer and making cutscenes? I know a little bit. I haven't used them in a while. I normally try to avoid them, to be honest. Not for any particular reason, just that I don't like using sequencer. That's pretty much it. What kind of issues you're having? Because when it comes to VR, if you're doing VR cutscenes, you don't want to move the camera. That's what you need to consider as well. Yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in and I'll try and help where I can. But give me 2 seconds, I'm going to go grab a drink. I'm back and I got snacks. Well, mainly drinks, but yes. I managed to get a power rate for 40p this morning, so I was like, bingo. Josh, not an issue as such, not VR, but know how in games you'll talk to an NPC and a cutscene might play as another level, and I'm wondering how you do this in UE5. When you do cutscenes that are part of the same level, I obviously wouldn't want to do open level because that switches the whole level. I thought about loading the level in, but then jail level instances maybe. I would have issues with level sky, post-processing and all that nonsense. I was wondering how games do it, where they can show cutscenes that are clearly not on the same level, but it's all smooth. Do you have an example? Do you have an example you can either link in the chat or the Discord and then we take a look? And then, because that might be a little bit easier to understand how you mean by not in the same level. That's disgusting. I understand why it was on 40p. If you have an example of like a game that does a cutscene similar to what you're trying to achieve, then we can take a look at it. I'm going to do is I'm going to try and close some of my programs open, which might be causing issues. No. Just will be. I'm going to cancel the Twitch. There's nobody in Twitch. Nobody's watching Twitch. No. There's no point me doing any of this, I don't think. The rotation. We're just getting the world rotation. Right. Did you put it in the Discord that I just closed? They didn't let you share a link. Put it as a GG. I might have it off. Might have it turned off because every now and again I get links in chats for like dating stuff, and it's just one of those spam ones. Pop it in one of the Discord channels and we'll take a look and see if we can figure it out. Okay, so what do we got? Go to 5 minutes 10 seconds. Okay, so in game.
He was in a different league from the rest of us.
This just seems like a normal level. So what's going on? Ah, so we fade out and then we fade in.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
This is indoors. We're not doing anything
It was
exterior.
in the fall. Something
Unless
was
it's
wrong with the reactor,
this one.
and the whole village was up in arms. Talk of strange new monsters on the
Did the
mountain
transition and so smooth.
only made things worse. People were
One of the
scared.
old tricks is you used to be able to put
The villagers
levels
tried to take
underneath
monsters
the level, so you could have a
themselves.
level
It
stream,
was no good. Ended up calling
and then that could contain all that stuff with
The
a
company said
camera in there, which you could send to the screen.
yes, they had.
And then we fade out. and we fade back into another level stream with another character, and then this comes back to the game world. Yeah, so that whole segment. So this is the game level. We fade out. This is all cutscene stuff. So in the background, where's it start? So gameplay. We now enter a predefined mode. So right now it could be loading a level stream in the background, which is just a chunk of a game underneath the map. So you could go down like 200, I don't know, 200 meters, 200 game units, and there'll be a little global sphere that's just spawned in underneath the map. So it's loading in. And then we have a transition that fades the screen to black. So this could be a whole load segment for the level stream. And then we go through it. So that's all gameplay. And then we fade out. All we're doing here is fading the camera. We could be unloading the level that we were just in. And then we've got like a level stream that's happening in the center, which is set up with a camera and everything else that we've taken over.
That's where
And then we fade back out of this level stream. And then we fade into another one, which becomes the main game. This is very linear. To me, it's quite linear, so you'd have control over what you're doing. So you could fade from one level stream to another level stream back into the main level stream, so the main game. And then you can have it go through that way. You're just possessing the character when it comes back in.
A mother named Genova.
So that bit in the room is just some level streamed in, probably under the map and transition back, during black fade. Yeah, you could do it that way. This whole segment could actually be just, it doesn't even have to be a level stream, it could be a blueprint. It would be complex, a level stream would be a lot easier to manage, but it could be just underneath the map so you can't see it. For example, that's why the exterior, we don't see any exterior apart from through the window, which that could be just a texture that wraps around the building. Like a texture facade. Black plane with an image on it in the background, and then you fade out, and then you fade back into the actual game world, which is there. That bit in the room is another stream, and I'm trying to find an example where it's out in the open world, but the game is like 30 hours of cutscenes. It would be the same thing. It would honestly be the same thing. You just level stream out. You always fade. So you do the fade. That's loading the game stuff, and then from there you load a level stream, which has just got a camera that's possessed, and then you play through the whole cutscene sequencer situation in that level stream, and then you fade out, then you fade back in, because that level stream doesn't need any camera stuff. It's just going to be on the screen.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
Yeah. It all
But
started in the fall.
Yeah, we're not actually controlling
Something
anything.
was
We're
wrong
just
with the
a
reactor.
camera that is moving around
Creatures of
using the
the
normal
mines,
cutscene stuff,
Talk of strange new monsters on the mountain only made
and then it'll bring it in. Because the transition's the effect that we're going for. Transition, and then load in. Because the entire time that this cutscene is taking place, so this cutscene is quite small. It's what, like a minute long? Yeah, just under a minute long. So if you start this fight, this fight could start in the background. We could be loading the level stream, so it's not affecting anything in the player stuff. everything's going to be cold, so we're not going to be rendering it anyway. We're just loading that level stream. Because this environment's quite simple. We've just got some rocks, ground, a truck, and the monster that we're fighting. So there's not all that much going on in it. So it's not going to be too bad on performance anyway. And then this is all going, we've loaded the level stream in the background, which the player can't see, especially when we start the fight. And then that allows us to have a really smooth transition. So when the transition finishes, we select the camera. So right here, the camera is switching to the other one in the level stream, which is running the scene, and then it just plays out as normal. And then right now, while this is on the screen, it's loading in the other level stream that we're then going to go into. So it takes about 30 seconds. That's plenty of time to load the other level stream. Fade out. We unload this level that we've just been in, and then we load in the new one and possess the camera, which then goes down, and then this is the other level stream, and then we go back into it, which then goes to the floor. We cut another cinematic. This is all in the main level, real time. And it transitions to it. This is all still in the same one. Then we go from main character, and then it pans around, and then we add in. So I'd say there's at least three different level streams going on there, and then you just handling what's in there. You can unload and load in what you need, because you can see these characters as well. It starts, and when the camera pans around, we've got the characters in, but it doesn't look like there's as many as there is. We've got a couple, so they are loaded in. But yeah, I thought they might not have been loaded in. I thought they might have had the camera out of focus. But yeah, I'd level stream it between each one, and then you could just unload and remove what content you don't need. This part of the town is like a full open world. The map is huge. It's the main game part. Well, I guess that's just a huge level in UE with something fancy, because this UE4 doesn't have a world partition something. If it doesn't have world partition, it's UE4, it's going to be level streamed. So you're still going to be doing the same thing. You can segment your level based on whereabouts the player is. Then as they get there, you can load content in. It's the same as in Tomb Raider when you go through like a crack in the wall or crevice, you're loading in the next scene. See if there's anything for hidden load screens. It's just going to be the normal load screen. See if I can find something in this. This is normally a pretty good one. This one's pretty seamless. Trying to figure out whereabouts is a good one. I think the benefit of this is a lot of it was done in real time. Because this cutscene as well could be hiding another level transition from later on up the game. So we could be unloading an area down the bottom of the valley and then loading a new one. Because the way Tomb Raider is handled is you have sections of gameplay. It feels seamless and it feels open world. But overall, you're still unloading and loading in different areas. bit up here. Here, it's unlikely for the player to go backwards, so you could probably unload a large portion of the level before the bridge, and then hide it in the cutscenes as well. But it's going to depend on the game. There's a bunch of different ways to do all of this. But that's how I would approach it. We do have a lot of distance between the maps, like a big ass ocean, and you can even see the post-process change when you cross the ocean. Yeah, because it'll be how you're loading stuff in. You've also got your LODs which you can control, but you can swap out portions of a map for a lower streamed level. You only need like a rough render of it. So yeah. Completely lost track of what I was doing. What were we doing? Phone's going off. Very sidetracked you. Appreciate the explanation. It's alright. I don't mind getting sidetracked. It's the whole point. We're taking a look at something cool and fun. It'd be cool to be able to sit down and do like a stream where we create something like that. To do a stream where we have a little animation that plays and then we fade out and we fade in and we try and keep it as seamless as possible so it goes all the way through. Let me see how I did it all work now. I have to try it. My confusion is if I have two player characters that auto-possess. Try it. You can have two characters in the scene, but you don't have to possess them at the same time. Level A player character blueprint auto-possesses streaming level B, which also has the player character BP, or should I make a simplified map without player, without AI, etc. If it's just a cutscene. If it's just a cutscene, you only need the stuff that's going to be rendered on the screen. You're in full control of the camera, so if the camera doesn't move, you don't need anything behind the camera. You need to try and keep it as simple as possible so it loads as fast as you can. But you can do the possessing pretty easily. For example, if I jump into here, we've got our character, and I can go up to this. Imagine we've done our thing, this now fades out to a cutscene, and then we have a split second load back in, and now I'm the other character and the controller, and now this is going to take place and control what's going on in your cutscene. And then we literally just fade out, load the level, and then we load back in with the cutscene, and then we play it. So you can do it quite quickly, quite easily. That's literally when I hit the button, it spawns in the character, it loads her in the background, and then we possess her as soon as the screen fade goes to 0. Like this one loads the cutscene, not the cutscene, the OpenXR load screen. But that's because on fade out, I tell it to. So in the screen fade, I have it here where fade out calls it. Where is it? Screen fade. Fade out complete, fade out, we do that, call fade out complete, and then, I can't remember where I do the, I think it's my game instance, yeah, game instance call fade out complete, and then in my game instance, game instance, we have fade out complete, fade to scene complete, and then fade to solid color complete, where I do the OpenXR load screen. So basically, what I could do is I could have this here, which I'm going to do actually. So fade to solid color complete. This one, we could do a Boolean. Play OpenXR load screen. If not, we could just do that. Actually, I could just move that. I don't even need to do this. Fade out complete. So there. So if there's a game, if we're setting a level, we then display the load screen. Fine. I've got a delay in here just to make it like stream through. But now, if I do this, what should happen is we don't get the XR load screen, so it goes fade in, and then we possess it, and then we fade out. So we could probably do with a different transition actually. We can do XR load screen. Transition screen, and then this one actually set to none, and hopefully what we should get is a black screen that we don't have to worry about doing. You know, hopefully. Yeah, I can just do that. And then I want to make sure that I'm actually playing this one. Why is it not doing it now? that. So we fade to black first. I think it does it in the headset, but I don't think it's doing it on the desktop screen. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing it on the headset, not on the PC. Really, up next our full screen transition, what I could do, probably switch this. Let me... Matt, hey. Funny enough, I'm working on a project now using GDXR. Thank you for your work. You're absolutely welcome. It's helpful. You won't let me get you sidetracked. This isn't getting sidetracked. This is something that I didn't realize I needed. There's a way to do the screen fades. But what we also need is a way to do load screen. On that display, PC. The old way to do a load screen was to just do a widget, create a widget, and add it to the screen. I'm not too sure if it's still recommended to do the same way. iGame Movie Player. What is iGame Movie Player? Everyone's just telling them to go to the library and get the common UI plugins. Common load screen plugin. It's gonna literally just be setting up a UMG. I'm gonna plug in async load screen. Just doing a level stream which has a little screen in it could be done. Work on both desktop and do that. It's really bloody annoying that this stuff doesn't work, set loading screen doesn't work on PC. Goldsmith, hi, welcome to the stream. Search for stuff on Google and it comes up with my own videos. We're already showing it. I don't think this is going to make much of a difference. Really, really annoying. That already got it. Fine. I don't even think I need that one. UMG. Phoenix today. How do I do X? Years ago. Here's a video on how to do X. It really is. It's so frustrating, especially when I'm trying to do something pretty niche and it's not related to like the video that's there, and I know the answer's not in there. Such a pain. That's the preview. Keep doing that now they've added it. Green. We box. I don't need an image, I've got a border. Just change that to black. Pretty sure if we just add that. We should hopefully get a black screen. Oh. Range? Why is it just telling me there's a problem with this now? Sure, I removed this already. I removed the hood curve because it doesn't work. Like, the logic inside of Unreal just doesn't work for it. Fade out. Fade to black. And then we don't fit in. Excellent. Close that. Game instance. And then hide load screen. Call fade in begin. Game instance. Game instance. Call fade in begin. Do screen. There we go. Go. Nice. We've got a desktop load screen. by 1080 should be fine. I don't think I'm going to be streaming it in 4K. Why is it black? There we go, that's why. Really wish you could set the default sound for comments. 100%. It would be so much nicer if we could. I hate how low res that is. I need a better one. Do I have this one? I don't think this is the 128 version. We do. What I'll do is I'll just be a bit sly. And then what does every loading screen need? It needs a throbber. What a name. It's not like anybody's going to be able to see this when you've got the headset on. That's pretty cool. You know, you can do loading screens like this. I used some plugin I got during monthly freebies and found it quite nice to work with. This is like a cheap way of doing load screens. This isn't the best way. With the best way, you would want to do C++ and then have it asynced. But right now, that's not how this is working. This is basically just adding this as an image overlay for everything to do in the background. It's not tracking. It's basically not tracking content, which is what you would want it to do. So don't take it as this is like the right way to do it. This is just one way to do it. Like that. I would like it if the background was black. I haven't got a texture with the transparency on it. Because I was lazy when I put it in there. Yeah, the plugin is async load screen. Yeah, everybody raves about it. I've never actually used it. I'm honestly surprised that it's not being included inside of Unreal 5 at this point. Right, so if we go to this, we should be able to fade out what happens here. Play the load screen. I can see it in the headset, which is not a good thing. Right, I can see the normal load screen now. Fade out. Doesn't fit the screen. It's because it's VR. Oh, right. Screw that. I spent all that time making something nice for not doing it. You've got a headset on, you're not going to see it. So we can do that. Or could we just make this top left size box? Size box. $250 by $250, which is not correct apparently. Going all the way. It just needs to be a black screen. The transitions on the headset. It doesn't fill the whole viewport. Acting weird. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's. Let's see if I can do it on the main screen. No. But I can kind of see out the side of the screen. What we do string, yeah. I don't. Problem is the mesh on the player character's camera. Is destroyed with the player. I don't want to separate it. Oh, drop the weeds. Good work. Oh, hello in blue. Yeah, it's because we're adding it to the screen. I think we put the transition here. So we're using this one. I need to textures for load screen node, and not in this one. So this one, the XR transition screen is just a solid color, so it's just going to fade it out to black. If I put an image in here, it would. But this is the one that's done when we basically hit the button on the top. We do transition screen, check to see if we're loading a level, and then we load the new one. I honestly think I would benefit from moving the screen fade to its own actor and having it move to the player. have the player spawn the actor screen feed and then attach it to the camera. Would work. And then when we change player, we detach it, and then we attach it back to the new character. Or we have the player destroy the old one and then spawn a new one. But that can be expensive if we're spawning multiple characters at the same time. We've got half an hour before I have to go. Can't see it. So if we do fade in mesh, do match. Sure, sorry, I'm just a big chunk of the stream. What are you working on? A bit of everything. Trying to do some new stuff with the camera feed. See what's going on with it. See if I can improve it a bit. That's not too bad. Not too sure why it's squashed. There we go. Cool. Right, so we've got a new blueprint, which is spawned in the character. When I do that, it's gonna do it, it's not gonna work. Oh, maybe it does. I don't know if it's attached to the camera though, because it's trying to attach to a player that's not there. What I could do is user settings. We could spawn the screen fade in on initialize. One in first. doing? Why am I doing this? I think I'm trying to reinvent the wheel and I don't need to. Problem is, I don't have a start menu. If I had a start screen, the Unreal Splash screen would act as the black to then load the load screen to then fade in. So we would be on track. So it'd be a case of, it'd be better to add a start screen than it would be to do what we're trying to do here. Vanek, yo, dude, it feels like it's been a while. You've joined as I've crashed Unreal and have 10 minutes left. Yeah, the new update's out. If you're interested, you can get the new update on the Fab store. So it's got all the new weapon improvements and stuff in it. Which is really nice. I also don't know how I've just crashed this. Come on. Come on. Really good to see you today. It's good to see you as well, man. Feels like it's been a while. Discord's quiet. Streams have been pretty quiet. Yeah. Came home from 2 events yesterday morning. Nice. Been a while. Yeah. I'm trying to get tickets to an event in April that I'm going to be doing. I worked on a client project and it's been nominated for an education award. So we've got basically runners up. So we're in the semi-finals, which is really cool. What is going on? It won't even let me close it. Yeah, just download the new update. Cool. There's a couple of bugs in the new update. That's what I've been fixing today. But I'm gonna zip this up now really and upload it just to fix those because they're a little bit of a pain. We lost all the desktop stuff. Do we still have the climbing fixed? Oh. Shoot. Well, I've fixed the moving climbing. And then it's undone the hand stuff that we've done. So, character controller. Why did that break then? What changed? Keep world rotation. That's what it was. That's what I was working on. Then we got distracted by talking about load screens and level streaming stuff. That's why I just broke it. There we go. And now the hands kind of snap to the surface. We got them ones. I need to figure out how to fix that. And then we've got our now absolutely solid, smooth climbing. Cool. So I need to turn debug off the sphere traces. This one. Yep. Then in the hand, need to turn off tactile component trace. Just make that hidden in game, and then here to make sure that this one is set to none. Cool. Then in here we've got use timers. This one is set to none. Double check the screen fades. We should. What happened there? Why is it flashing again? I don't get why it's not coming around. It looks like it's attached to the camera. Just try saving it. There we go. Game instance isn't going to be happy. That's fine. No, I don't think we had a screen fade there. Well, I'm gonna jump and fix this. Yeah, it's fixed. There we go. I see tick marks on assets. Oh, what source control are you using? I'm just using Perforce, so it's just installed locally. And then it does a local backup. I say Perforce, it's not, it's GitHub. It's using... Yeah, it goes to my GitHub. So that I can just do a submit content. We have... Keep it super simple. I think I have to go to GitHub Desktop. Oh, and I can just do a push to origin. There we go. And now I can pull it down from my computer, which is really nice. I think that is pretty much it. New little tunnel. You can no longer stand up in it, which is really nice. However, if you crouch before you get to here, it'll detect that you're crouched and then stand you up. It's kind of a developer option, you have to just remove that. This music's really loud. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Why is the game instance referencing screen fade? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up in a second. Check references. This one, right. That's fine, to be fair. It's gonna be loaded in. That's the problem with flip-flop. Not too sure what you're referring to. Hard disk down to 36 megabytes. How nice is that? Did you optimize a lot more stuff or add a lot more stuff? I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. For the new update, I have all of this. I refactored a lot. I've added a lot, especially when it comes to weapons and improvements and stuff like that. And then climbing, I've refactored as well. Whole bunch of stuff, really. But I haven't removed anything. But I have optimized a crap load of it. That could be done with optimization. Cool. What's clan? Let's get a couple of my clans. Shoes on. You must be referencing Manny XR, B Mannequin XR. Just that one? To be fair, it's not like it makes much of a difference, this. It's going to be loaded in anyway. So it's done to control the hands. So we don't need to worry. I'm probably just overcomplicating it. I should leave it like that. But we got everything else down relatively small. That's really good. Look to see if I can get the Mannequin XR reference down. It should still be referenced somewhere. Is this that's it. That's why. Or each loop's got a hard reference in it. That's fine. I'm not going to be able to get around that. That's pretty good. Cool. All right, everybody. I've got to go, but I will catch you around. I'm hoping Friday. But now I will see you then. And when I get back, what I'll do is I'll just upload this so it fixes a couple of things that's going on in here, and then we can kind of go from there. Yeah. All right, everybody. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you all next time. Bye.